So, welcome back to Down for the Count. And on behalf of Janae, Alexis, and Nicole, I'd like to welcome you to our show. So today we're going to be listening, or you're going to be listening, to us discuss various topics. We're going to be talking about all the wrestling news. So we're going to be talking about WWE's new streaming services and the deal with ESPN. That's going through a little bit earlier than normal. And we're going to be talking about NXT. We're going to give you a full recap of NXT OG Down for the Count style. Okay. We're also going to be talking about how much fun TripleMania was, because if you didn't watch it, you missed out on a real treat in luchador wrestling. And of course, we're going to be talking about everything in between. All right. So sit back, get yourself something to drink, get you a nice little snack, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. We are live. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We're going to talk about NXT today. We're going to talk about all the wrestling news. But first, we have to say congratulations to Naomi. I talked about it on my show over on YouTube, but you guys are watching it on my show right now and on Twitch. But those of you listening over on the podcast for Down for the Count, I did talk about this in great length over on my personal page. But Naomi has officially announced that she is pregnant. She is with child. She's been pregnant for 7 weeks, which means Naomi was pregnant when she wrestled at Evolution and when she wrestled at WrestleMania. I mean, at SummerSlam.
She's hardcore. She's hardcore.
That's a strong baby. That baby survived all that.
That's the Moa genes like kicking in, man. Like, holy shit.
By the way, we got Alexis here as usual. Nicole will pop in a second. Just give her a minute. She's probably just getting in from work, so she needs a little time to replenish, recover, and then pop in, which is fine. And Janae works during the week, so the times that we record doesn't coordinate with Janae being able to be a part of the pod. So hopefully we'll do a special podcast where she can come back and just, reintroduce herself to the audiences again. But anywhoosies, Naomi is pregnant. She did relinquish her title, and we do not know what they're going to do in terms of who could be competing at Clash in Paris for that title. We already know that Stephanie Vaquer earned the right to go up against Naomi, but now that Naomi has relinquished it, the title is vacant and it's up for grabs. So I'm very curious as to what Adam and the WWE higher-ups and creative have planned for this championship. Now, they could scrap the match and have it set as a tournament where the tournament begins at Clash in Paris, which would make sense to me. Or they could have a little small tournament on Raw and let that person head into Clash in Paris, which they could have done on Raw this past Monday. But it is what it is. Alexis, I'll let you tell how you feel about Naomi being pregnant, and then we'll get into NXT.
I'm just really happy for her and Jimmy, because Jimmy's been trying to knock this woman up for over a decade. She came out last year or this year, and she was saying she had the health issues where she may not be able to conceive a kid. So, the fact that she wrestled 2 matches. She wrestled a street fight at Evolution and, SummerSlam, and, I'm really happy, and I'm seeing people where they're like, well, she's top of her game, blah, blah, blah. And what a lot of y'all don't understand is that sometimes when you're not trying, that's when it happens. Take it from someone who experienced that way. And, because I've seen women who want kids, and it breaks my heart because they turn themselves into science experiments. And it's like, oh, we can only do it this time because my temperature will be this. And I think with the way it may have happened with Naomi and Jimmy, and they're like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. And, she was doing great character work. She was having a ball. She was having fun. And sometimes when that happens, when a woman's having a hard time, when she's able to relax, it happens. And I'm just happy for her. I loved the promo she cut on Monday, where she's like, "You heifers got 9 months and some change." And she's like,
she said,
"Because if I gotta come back here breastfeeding my baby," I was just like, "Oh my god, yes, I love unhinged mom Naomi. Like that would be awesome." I wish her and Jimmy the best. I hope she has a safe and successful pregnancy, and she'll come back when she comes back. But that kid's already proven to be tough as shit, man. So, I'm hoping for a girl, just so like Jimmy can be terrorized by Naomi and a mini me of her. I think that would be hilarious. I love the no, she said you have it, you got it, 9 months and some change, something like that.
Yeah.
It was just funny the way she said it. And I thought about it. Naomi is the only women's champion who has never lost a title. She has twice. She has relinquished it. Once because she got it.
Oh.
And
no, that's not true. She lost to Natalia.
Does that even count?
It does count, babe.
I forgot about that.
It does. She did lose to Natalia.
I forgot about that. Yeah, never mind. I'm just happy that, she'll come. I think she'll come back. She's gonna, she said this was gonna be her last hurrah because she wanted to try to have a kid. And, it jumped the shark a little bit, or jumped line a little bit. And honestly, I think right now what they need to do with that title is that they need to get it on somebody who can carry it. And when they were chanting Baby Uso, that I love the fact that she Don, I'm sorry, I got my shit mixed up. He's gonna yell at me now. I just think it's like it was funny when they showed, like, on social media, when they showed, like, Jimmy's reaction to her. So, like, when she was like, Big Jim, he likes to Netflix and chill. And he's like, oh, my God, woman.
Yeah, it was like, wow. Like, but if you guys haven't watched their second Stephanie's Place, you should. It's very good. It'll help you understand why this is so important to her and Jim. They had infertility issues for a while. Naomi had to have surgery to remove her ovaries. I think she only has like a little bit of that stuff left, and she was still able to get pregnant. And she said that she had to have surgery to remove the fibroids, but she still got pregnant. And a lot of people were just like, oh, it's just bad timing. Like, she was in her bag. And I was like, listen, you look at what Naomi got in the process. Okay, just look at the overall picture. You look at how Naomi was treated in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Naomi was dog. They didn't give that woman no play. And it's a lot of the same people that's out here right now simping for her, talking about, oh, this is the greatest she's ever. She's amazing. She's da-da-da-da-da. When just not even last year or 6 months ago, they was calling her everything under the sun but a future champion. Okay? So not only was she at the top of her game, but she was also one of the best vets in that locker room. Mm-hmm. Nobody has a bad thing to say about that woman ever. Even in her darkest times when she left, everybody still gave Naomi all her props, which she deserved. Then she leaves. She goes to TNA, becomes the TNA Knockouts champion, did excellent in TNA. Great in TNA. Mm-hmm. Proved that not only can she carry the division on her back, but she can carry that brand and she can be a phenomenal champion no matter what, right? Then she comes back to the E and does it again. She don't just come in and take over. She settles into place. But not only did she put over Jade Cargill, she helped keep Bianca in the mid-card, ushered in the new set of the women in the division, and really set the tone for where you could go. She started to project. You got her moving in, created this whole new character, was able to get people on behind her again. Everybody was cheering for her. She became a champion. Nobody thought she was gonna win Money in the Bank except for me. Nobody thought she was gonna win Money in the Bank.
We were sacrificing chickens and shit in her name. What you talking about? Like, come on.
Nobody thought she was gonna win Money in the Bank. She won it. Nobody thought she was gonna win the title and keep it. She did. And now we're at the point now where she's got everything. She has everything. And now all she needed was to culminate everything that she's accomplished. And what do? She gets a baby.
I mean, you know what?
I don't think it was bad timing. I think that everything happens for a reason. And I'm happy for her because it doesn't mean it's the end of her career. It just means it's a little stop. So she'll be back. And whether Triple H like it or not, if he tries to do that shit that he was doing before with other superstars, the WWE Universe will just hijack that shit.
Y'all getting real good at that, and I'm very proud of you lately. So, good on that.
There's nothing he can do. He can't stop her. She blessed and highly favored. So no matter what is going on in the E, by the time Naomi comes back, and whenever she comes back and she's ready, she can either pick up where she left off or completely reinvent herself. It's totally up to her.
It's, you know what, and it's like, you know, and it's also like when they were asking Seth about Becky when she got pregnant, because, you know, Becky was champion, like she was on top of her game and shit. And, you know, he goes, look, we talked and she said, look, I'm getting older. I want to, and this was like during COVID, which was like kind of scary, but at the same time, a smart move. And she's like, look, I'm getting older. I want a kid. And he's like, okay, well, let's try. And, you know, it was the same thing with them. They're like, they were doing adult activities just because, you know, they were trying to have a kid. And, you know, Becky came.
Well, it was COVID. Yeah. Becky got pregnant. They planned that baby. It was COVID. They knew they weren't going to be wrestling. All their stuff was taped. There was only certain things that were done live. And even then, some of it was partially taped. So Becky and Seth was just like, let's just have a baby. You know, that's really how that came about. Like, that's not even a joke. Like, she is, per her own words, it was COVID. They talked and she was just like, let's have a baby. He was like, all right, let's do it. Then when she found out she was pregnant, Vince was still the head of the company and very much involved in creative. So she was scared. You know, she was like, I don't know how to tell him. And Seth was just like, look, you got to tell him. You just got to, you know, put your big girl panties on and just tell him. Mm-hmm. She called him and Vince basically told her, congratulations, I'm so happy for you. What do we need to do? Like, what are you going to be doing? Where are we going next? That was his reaction. He wasn't upset. He wasn't angry. He was happy for her and for Seth. Oh. They had to figure out how to pivot out of her, obviously, which they did. But yeah. And she was pregnant when she was wrestling at Mania. She was pregnant.
I always remember that because just that shot of Shayna like biting into her neck and like the blood on Shayna's mouth. And I was like, she was pregnant doing that. And it's just like, Naomi's better than me because as soon as I found out I was pregnant, oh God, it was horrible. But like, she wrestled 7 weeks pregnant, didn't even know about it. She did like 2 matches. And I'm just like,
but that's also the resilience of the human body for her to be able to wrestle in the kind of match she did with Jade and then turn around and do that match with Io and Rhea, and she was able to still be pregnant. That is a resilience. That means that baby is blessed and highly favored, and so is she.
That baby's gonna come out and it's gonna, what was that thing I sent? It's like 2050. We're going to be watching War Games with like every kid from the Samoan line, like in War Games.
God willing, we still living. We'll be watching it.
It's just cool, and I'm happy for her and Jimmy, and I wish him nothing but the best. And if we're talking about someone to put that belt on, I really think they need to put that belt on Bayley. I really think they need to finagle something for her to have it because, you know, Naomi
first our character got to get flushed out. I want to see where this character angle is going first. If she's reverting back to the OG version of the role model, then first flesh that out and then see where we can go. Because Bayley could get the title back at Mania or at Royal Rumble or something like that. I want to see what they're gonna do first because they gotta set this up. They gotta set it up like within the next couple of days, and they haven't said anything. There's been no conversation as to where we're headed with the title. They've already booked Roman. They've booked Sheamus and Rusev. They have booked Logan Paul and John Cena, and they've got they're getting either getting ready or they already have Cody and Drew booked for Clash in Paris. And they already have the Fatal 4-Way. So they have a lot on the docket for Clash in Paris. There's not a lot of women's stuff. Like, I haven't seen Julia in months. I'm very upset with how they're booking Julia. They show fuck-ass Kiana more than they show Julia, which is ridiculous. She's not even a damn champion, okay? There's no opponent chosen for her yet. It looks like they're setting Mia up to go after Julia to help put Julia over some more. But like, there's nothing going on. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? You got prime rib right there. Serve that shit. Like, come on. You gotta turn it down, babe. That's really loud.
No, they always,
and then
they always wait till the last minute to book the women matches.
No, I hate that because they don't give the women enough time to have anything worthwhile. And this U.S. title, the only time that it had anything good going was with Chelsea. And that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that I hate to say it, but you're right, because at least, and you know what? Like, Chelsea's on TV. Chelsea's over on NXT. She's doing stuff with like Ethan Page, and you know, you always see her and shit. And it's just, I don't know. I'm really interested because I'm gonna be mad if they're like, we're gonna have a scramble for the women's title, because that means if you chose a scramble, that means y'all weren't thinking hard enough for this shit.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Clash in Paris is next week. So they just found out about Naomi the week before. I think it was last week. So if they're gonna do something, like a shock is fine, but they gotta set this up so that later on down the line it'll at least make sense into something. They have the pieces. They gotta start using them. But Nicole's here, y'all. She's here. So Nicole, you get the last combo when it comes to Naomi and the title, and then we'll go into NXT recap.
I mean, again, very happy for her, so I feel like I don't need to go on enough with all of that. But with the title, I think obviously, like, Stephanie is a number one contender. I feel like everyone also keeps forgetting that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I want her, like, again, if she, like, because again, I want her to win a title. I didn't want her to win against Naomi. So also, honestly, this solved itself for me. I think whoever she goes against, I think Stephanie needs to win it, to be honest.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I think she needs to win it. Put it on somebody brand new. I don't need to see fucking Rhea or EO or any of the repeat offenders near it. And I know people are going to be pissed.
No, I agree. I agree with
you on that one.
Like, love EO. Obviously, EO's probably top 3, top 5 best professional wrestler in the world, period. That's to go without argument. But I need her and Rhea to get away. Be in this little tag team storyline, foo friend, whatever shit. That's fine. Keep them there.
Can I also add another name? to like keep away from that title as well.
Who?
I don't want Becky Lynch near that title. I don't want her. She can keep that IC title for a while.
She's going after it.
Yeah, I don't think she's going at. It also would not make any sense whatsoever because
For
she's
now,
obviously
too. Yeah.
she's obviously too wrapped up in which she should and preoccupied with like her IC championship, and I think Bayley's gonna be the one to end up taking that off of her. So I
Now,
think
after
she's
that,
very
yeah,
I
she's
think
going
she's
after
very solidified in like that part of the division.
Now, after that, she going after that title for sure. I don't put nothing past her. Now, Don said, I don't know, Taylor made an interesting tweet the other day. He suggested Ivy. We haven't had a good shock in a while, and it has potential to be a good story.
That's like way too left field. That's like fucking Maxine winning.
Personally,
and she can't talk. I don't mind Ivy, but we can't. That's crazy.
Ivy as IC champion, I can see.
Yes, that's fine.
I feel like we lack the stepping stones. The stepping stones aren't being used. I don't think Ivy should get a title the main title, before she gets solidified in the division as a threat to either title. And she isn't solidified as a threat to either title. A shock win is fine, but to me, a shock is giving a title to Roxanne. Somebody.
Which I wouldn't be mad at either.
Exactly, because it's somebody who you already know. One is a plausible threat to any title in that division, but she wasn't somebody who was going after the title. So to have her go up against somebody like Stephanie and then win the damn title, first of all, it's going to cause a lot of dissension in Judgment Day. That's the first problem.
Yeah.
Secondly, you got a new champion, a new girl leading the division into the new stratosphere, and that is where you should be going. As time progresses, once Ivy gets built, then you can give her the title shot. But Ivy needs the stepping stone first. Roxanne, she don't need that. Roxanne has already made herself very clear as to what she is and what she's gonna be when it comes to those championships.
And then
she's gonna be revolving around that title, just like Rhea. Mm-hmm.
And I sorry to interrupt you, but I hate to say that we can move on to the next subject. And also the thing with like Roxanne is that excuse me, is that I am surprisingly am more tolerant of Judgment Day with her in it.
I hate it.
I still can't stand them, but like I see, and again, this story has been going on for forever, but I think once Liv gets back, that's when I think it's finally gonna accumulate. But I do like what I do like about it because, and then someone pointed it out and I was like, oh my gosh, that does make, I was like, you know what? I was like, I kind of saw it, but I was not paying attention to it. How she slowly, not even slowly, like quickly fitting into the quote unquote role Liv was in, but she's better at it.
Oh. Uh-oh, Spadudios.
Because you think about it, especially like how they looked, and I really, really thought it once I saw them all at AAA. They looked all amazing together. Like cohesively as a group, they all look really, really good. Everyone makes sense. And to me, like Liv in it always seemed like she was trying too hard and she was cosplaying.
You know what? She does make a point.
And even though, and this is like a weird, like, you know, I can't even think of the word of it, because Roxanne low-key is quote unquote doing somewhat of Liv's greatest hits about her with herself with Dom, but it's working better.
It's very subtle. It's not as intentional. That's the difference.
Like it's real, like you gotta really catch it, because there's a couple times I was like, I didn't think Roxanne, and it's usually with stuff that she wears. And I was like,
she came to TripleMania in that 2-piece.
Yeah, and I've never, and you know, she wears stuff like, but not like that. And I was like, oh.
It was a 2-piece. It was a high waist brief panty she had on. It was cute.
She did. She looked amazing, but that's
But
not
it wasn't
in her.
Roxanne.
Yes, that's very different for her. And I was like, oh, I see what they're doing.
I
was like, I see. I was like, I see what they're doing. And
like
it did, like, again, like, if you look at them, like, again, like, next time you do get a chance, Alexa, literally look at them as a unit. Like, there's probably clips all over. Oh God, why is he bleeding so bad?
She's watching Mania AEW Dynamite, y'all.
Why is Brody King bleeding so bad? I don't like that. My king, Brody King. Anyways.
Oh, I love Brody King.
I really wanted to get his shoes. I'm pissed they ran out.
They're sold out, and I know, waiting.
And I was like, I was like, out of all the fucking ugly shoes and all these wrestlers make from either company, those were the best looking ones, and I was like, of course they're sold out.
They were so good.
Guy, man, I love that man, like, so much, and not even, like, on an attractive level. Like, he has a very...
As a person.
Like, Don said if it was to be reality TV, this wouldn't be clockable. But he see it. Because it's subtle. Most people ain't paying attention to it now.
Yes, and when that person pointed out, and it wasn't even someone who got a lot of hits, and the tweet only got like a few hits, and I was like, oh my God, and I was thinking, I was like, they're right. And it's real, and it's real subtle. I was like, she's fitting into it. So again, I don't think, and especially with them having to pivot with Naomi, unfortunately, I felt like she was going to get it. I feel like she should get it before Liv comes back. Sometime before Liv comes back, she needs to have that belt.
That would piss Liv off like no other business, because, you know,
Liv's gonna be the...
Because even if she comes back, because she's probably going to come back a little bit as a heel, but then probably turn face. Probably very quickly. You have to, and then in her thing is like, and then what I think they should do with Liv, she needs her karma.
Yep.
Because again, a lot of the first stuff that she was doing to Rhea deserved that.
That's facts.
Because she was tripping. Because there was kind of few, and I was like, Liv is tripping, but she's right. Because Rhea was doing too much for a very long time. But then after a while, it's like, okay, now you're doing too much. Now it's too much.
And now it just became a part of the norm. And I said what I said. I was right.
No, I get with what you're told, because, like, I noticed that where Liv was trying too hard to be like Rhea, like the way she was dressing and stuff, and it wasn't working. Yeah. But, like, Roxanne's just being herself, though.
Yes, she still has her personality. Like, as a whole, she's herself. But there's little small things that she does.
I will say this. I do think that... I don't think Liv was trying to be like Rhea. I think but she was taking her place.
Yes, I think she was being what she... And I feel like I've used this word so much already, and I haven't even been on here this long. I feel like she's like such a parody of Rhea, especially later, especially getting towards the end.
Yeah, it was that echo chamber of keeping the family together and making sure you make the plans for everybody, and we supposed to facilitate this. That aspect she was doing for Rhea. That was her way of echoing Rhea. But Roxanne, what Nicole's talking about, Roxanne is slowly but surely Xing Liv Morgan out without doing a lot to get her out.
Yeah.
She's not intentionally going after Dom. She's making it seem like they're friends. Oh, Dom likes video games. She got that boy a Nintendo Switch too. And was like, hey, look.
I was like, damn, games? I want one.
Okay, that damn thing is expensive. It's expensive, bitch. So she got the Switch, gave him the Switch, and was giving him nuggets and shit. And now at first, Raquel was very much like, girl, you need to mind your business, back up off of him. Like, don't you need to call your woman? All of a sudden, if you notice, Raquel ain't been saying too much about Roxanne as of lately. No, it's in the subtlety in how Roxanne operates because Roxanne wasn't coming on as strong as Liv was.
You know
Liv
how
knew.
she's operating like? Well, she's like her Unc Finn. And I think that's why he sought her out, because I think he realized she's not going to be, because not Rhea, but Liv was so loud about it. She was screaming, like, she was so loud about it. Roxanne's not. So you don't know what she's doing, because again, and then also it's not like she's being like super catty with her. She's talking about like, oh my gosh, can't, like, hopefully she gets well soon. She's like, I'll send this, send her a care package to make sure, she's good, and make sure we're, she knows we're still thinking about her and stuff like that. So it's making it seem like, so while she's getting them to like her and integrate her more, and then once Liv comes back and she's tripping, they're going to be looking at Liv sideways and be like, you know what? She helped us out. She was so nice to you. She was always asking for you. I know for a fact she's like texted you and messaged you. You never called her back, never messaged her. And she's genuinely was like, that's what she's playing. She's playing the long game very quickly.
Yeah.
Because she's very smart. She's a very smart girl.
Liv didn't think to do, because she was so busy about trying to be like Rhea and being like, well, look what I can get you guys, and she couldn't, even though she technically did get him that, but so worried about running around and being like, oh, look how great I am, but she just forgot that if Rhea was that easily replaceable, what makes you think you're not?
To be honest, Rhea wasn't, because the whole group got into chaos once Rhea was gone. And it was still in chaos when Liv was over there, because everybody was not on one accord. They were all focused on their individual things. And then they left Finn to his own devices. Finn knew how the group operated from the beginning. So all he needed was another pawn in the game so that he can restructure the group around him again. He knew if it was structured around them as a cohesive unit, but he was at the center, that things would change. Roxanne is quiet, but she's not stupid. She fully understands what she's supposed to do and how she's supposed to operate. She's not keeping her head down, but she's listening. She's observant, so she moves how she's supposed to. Liv Morgan's problem was that she wanted to be in the forefront. Once she got there, she did not understand how to not only be selfless and maintain her title. She only cared about Dom and what was happening with him. Everything else went to the wayside, which is why Judgment Day was imploding from the inside out. When Damien and Rhea were there, they operated as a unit. They took care of the group as a unit. It was, we move together, we ride together, we keep us together. If we stay together, they can't fuck with us, which in hindsight, they were right. It was very hard to get rid of Judgment Day, very hard to penetrate that steel, because, baby, we was begging for somebody to take them down. Begging.
At this point.
We were tired. But when Liv came in, she had the ideal that she could do it better, that she had the better rapport. And I'm like, oh, all I need to do is get in. But you forget, there's a level of work that you have to put in order to maintain order. She did not know how to do that. All she knew how to do was to keep Dom happy. And then Finn was using Liv to get in, but he can't control that chaos. When he couldn't control her, he found a way to start getting rid of her. Which worked, because now Judgment Day is a controlled chaos. Even though Liv and Roxanne, Raquel and Roxanne have both lost their titles, Dominic is still champion, and he's one of the biggest stars in AAA at the moment. I don't know what they're going to do about that. Poor Vikingo. Poor baby. Shit. Which we'll get to AAA in a minute, but
yeah,
goodness.
It was really good.
It was.
I want to talk about AAA because Grande Americano, is so, everything about that is so funny. Ludwig is doing such a good job with that.
We like it now.
I am
It's working, but you have to watch like his content because he's been on Triple. I feel like we can go AAA just so I don't over talk about it.
I do agree. You need to see him.
Yes.
As El Grande Americano, you need to watch that, Alexis. If you haven't watched TripleMania, you can go on YouTube and watch it right now. It's up there. No, go over there and watch that and see him in his element. But he's always over there. I think the AAA.
He's been there for like a month. He's been he's on their weekly program. He hasn't been for the past couple weeks.
Yeah, he's it's not bad. It's not as bad as when Chad Gable was doing it.
Chad Gable's it was too much.
It was a mockery.
I was like, this is racist.
Yeah, but El Grande Americano, Ludwig speaks the language fluently, and he's very good at it. And he sang.
That was so. I was crying.
He sang his.
I said he is sick. I said put the belt on him. If they're not going to do it, I'm not that serious. It's so because it's funny. Because how do I describe it? It's like I'm trying to figure out how to describe how he's doing like Americano to you, Alexis. Oh my god.
I think it's a parody of old school.
Yes,
luchadors.
it's a parody. It's like watching like a good. I'm trying to think of a good parody stuff. There's barely. It's like, it's basically him. It's like basically dressing up as a scary movie Ghostface and doing all the weird things that scary movie Ghostface was doing, but still kind of keeping some of the original Ghostface stuff. But it's funny.
No, I agree with. I was likening it to like Naked Gun shit. Like,
that's another good one.
Of the OGs, of the good stuff.
Like, like he's not taking it too seriously.
No.
So you don't take it too serious. Like it's a joke. Like it's like a big inside joke and we're all in it. But with Chad Gable, I felt like it was just like a mockery.
It was racist.
Yeah, like it was just very. I was like, this is very racist.
And
when like with like Ludwig, it's like we're all in on the joke.
Yeah,
like we know this. Like we know that. Like, come on now. But we're all playing along.
AAA, and then in AAA, they respect it. They're not taking it too seriously. And once they were okay with it, I was okay with it.
Yeah, they fucking love him over there.
They do.
I mean, they love it. If they like it, I love it. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think honestly, once you actually like see it, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing here.
I just didn't like
rub off on his. That would be great.
Huh?
Ludwig's charisma rub off on his girlfriend, because that would be great.
That's not happening.
I don't think they're dating anymore. Also, word on the street has been.
Well, that ain't none of my business, baby.
Yeah, but that's just that's what I've heard. But again, I don't care about that shit with them.
Yeah, that's out of my scope.
But that's what I've been hearing. But yes, agree. Like his charisma helps, and again, it's just like it's a joke. Like he's not taking it too seriously. Like he's like, and then where it's like Gable, where it's like, God, it's like you know that clip of that president or the president. And he's like talking to this man from like South Africa.
Yeah.
It's like, this is like, I don't want to say recent, but I want to say like within the past few months. And he's like, wow, he was like, your English is so good. And he was like, you just sound so intelligent. Like, where did you learn English from? And it's like, that's how I felt like Chad was playing Grande Americano.
Yes. It's giving Boondocks the Garden Party. It was like,
yes.
My God, you speak so well.
And then opposite, Brute, like, and then Ludwig is playing Grande Americano like he got cast in an airplane.
Oh god.
Yes.
That makes sense.
No, for real. There
No,
you go.
for like that's how he. It's so it's funny.
It's just.
I didn't even know that man was funny.
I didn't either.
I'm like, sis, when were you funny? You've been a stick in the mud the whole time I've watched your career. When were you funny? I was like, I didn't even know you were funny. This is crazy.
But I will say, he's reinvigorated it and changed what El Grande Americano.
They better not give that to Chad when he comes back. I'm sorry.
I don't think he should get it back when he comes back either.
Ludwig might need to keep that one.
This is one of those times where I tell you, they give you something, you run with it, and it gives you the power to be able to move. Once Ludwig is done with El Grande Americano, especially if he does a really good job with it, to the point where he can like hold a championship, he most definitely will get other things in the E going forward.
You know what? Make him United States champion just for shits and giggles at this point.
Oh my god, please. That'd be so funny.
The fucking funniest thing to me. Just do it.
Yeah, he has, Hiram. He has. I'm not,
have him do it, and I want him because again he's apparently fluent in Spanish. Well, again, didn't know about.
Let him talk in Spanish
the whole time. It's funny.
No, for real, because right now in the climate we're in, that's fucking gold.
Let him talk in Spanish the whole time, and it'd be so and it's just even more confusing because people on SmackDown, everybody be like, I know who the fuck you are. You got a German accent. What is this?
Right.
Like, so I would cuss him out. Like, you got me fucked up.
So we're talking about AAA. AAA had their TripleMania, their big event. This was their biggest and most viewed TripleMania in history. It got like 4.2 million views across all their socials and on every channel that they presented it on. I'm going to tell you, like, this was the most fun I've had watching a PLE in a very long time. I had never seen anything from TripleMania, never watched one before. I knew of it, but I had never seen it. And I was watching it. I live streamed on here, and I was like watching it. And AJ was gone. He went to his cousin's house, so I was here by myself. I had the best time watching that shit. It was fun. Like, so much fun.
Like, okay, when I saw, like, it's so cool because, like, seeing, like, a lot of guys, and I'm not embarrassed to say this, a lot of the luchadors now that I'm aware of, seeing that, like, I saw them on Lucha Underground. So seeing them now in, like, AAA and, like, interacting with the WWE guys, like, Scarlet Pimpernel and Otis, that was so cute. I don't know why. I just thought that was adorable. And then, like, Finn busting out the puppet to go up against Mr. Iguana, I fucking died laughing.
I love that. I love that so much.
Like, I was screaming when I saw that, because you could tell they were having fun.
Yeah. So in the first match, they added this match at the last minute, but they called it the Copa Bardal match. They only had 14 people allowed in this match. It was a reverse battle royal, as they called it, but you were allowed to do submission and pins in this match. The match was fun. Omos showed up. To be fair, Omos won. I don't know what the luchadors was doing, but they didn't try to get his big ass out. They just left him in there.
I love fucking Micro Man. I thought that was so fucking cute. Sorry, I know
Jesus Christ.
I know that was a grown man, but I'm sorry.
When Otis came back, it was the greatest thing ever. I hadn't seen Otis in months, and I was just happy to see him. He looked great, and I was glad that he was there. But overall, that match was fun. You had the Latin American Championship. El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. was facing off against El Mesas or Messias. El Messias was the champion. He's like 40 plus years old. I didn't know that. And he had a rivalry with this man's father.
Yep.
So good.
I was like, I said, wow. This one was my favorite match. I liked this one. The story behind it was good. The manager work, I didn't like. He was very weird with how he was interfering. It was almost like he didn't know what to do.
Yes, so and the ref during that match was very odd as well.
Yeah, I was like, what are you waiting for? Like, they were waiting for something. And then Dr. Wagner was waiting for his cues. And they weren't moving. They weren't doing anything. And I'm just like, what is this? What is happening? So
I know WWE act like they don't want to get involved, whatever, with certain stuff. They need to fix them refs.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of the matches going forward had WWE refs in it. All of them, actually.
Yeah. The ones that didn't, the refs are just standing there. And I'm like, do your damn job.
Mieses is 50?
Here's the thing about luchadors, since we're talking about like highly favored and highly blessed, these guys take such good care of themselves. You have luchadors going up into their 60s fucking wrestling, man. It's insane.
He's a big man, but
Rory,
from what
I need
he
you to
looked
relax.
From what he looked like back in the day, I was like, God, he looks like 3 different people. Jesus, he looked like a big version of Rob Van Dam, is what I saw. But this was my favorite.
Original
He did.
60-something years old, man.
Yeah, and I liked him. I really like La Parka. But I love this match with
I like and convinced La Parka's vampires. I feel like they've been alive for 200 years and it's the same person. Like, something about that ain't right to me.
But the son of Dr. Wagner Jr. ended up getting the title, and he's the new Latin American champion, so congratulations to him. The 6-person tag team match had Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Raquel Rodriguez going up against Nino Hamburguesa, Mr. Iguana, and Lola Vice. In this match, things began to break down towards the end, and it was Lola, I think her name is La Hedra. Am I saying her name right?
Close enough.
If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. But Hedra came in there and she knocked out Lola on accident, was going after Roxanne.
She's doing too fucking much. I said, bitch.
I was like, why did you
go after Roxanne?
If
you don't get your ass out of here and fucking up they match, and sure enough,
like, cost her the match.
She pissed me off.
Definitely
I was
did.
so mad for Lola. Because you know I'm already upset that I like Lola now anyways. So.
Not too bad.
Still mad about it. And fucked up her damn match. I said, bitch, if you don't get that sexy star mask and you out of here.
That's who I thought she was. No, but her mask does look like sexy star.
Yeah, once you see it, because I got scared until I looked. I said, oh no, that's not her.
Right.
But
I was like, wait a minute.
She has a very similar mask.
It's very close. It's very close.
I know
Judgment Day picked up. Go ahead, Alexis.
I know there's a Sexy Star 2 running around because the original, that POS, she retired and now someone's carrying it. And I'd be like, I wouldn't want to be under that name.
Yeah, I would not want to be Sexy Star.
Me either.
It is sexy because Sexy Star was so dope in fucking Lucha Underground.
Yeah. But then you turn around and be a shit. Oh, you get what you get, you know?
Yeah. It's
Remy
crazy.
said Miesa's had a decent run back in TNA back in the day against Abyss. I wasn't watching it that soon. I didn't get into TNA until around the year the Beautiful People started to take over. That's when I got into TNA.
Oh gosh.
That was some dark.
I did get to see before that and after I did get to see a lot with Gail Kim and Awesome Kong, and that I got to see that, but I wasn't in tune with the men then. I just didn't care. I was only focused on the women, and then I would turn it off. So I didn't get to see any of that. I have no idea about any of that. Now, why she targeted Roxanne? My assumption is it has something to do with Worlds Collide.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go into Worlds Collide. It's either going to be Roxanne versus La Hedra, or it's going to be a triple threat with Lola, Roxanne, and La Hedra in there fighting together. But it just seemed very random. I wish they would have low-key had an interaction during the show, so it kind of would have made sense.
Yes.
But they didn't do that, so it sucks. But that to me, those little things is what ties stuff together, so it doesn't seem very random and out the blue. But everybody don't think like I do, so it is what it is.
Sure don't.
The AAA Tag Team Championship was a street fight. I feel bad for Legado del Fantasma. They were champions. They finally got to be champions.
They were, but they low-key don't go there, so that's why I wasn't, because I was sad about it like you for a second, but I was like, they low-key don't go here, so
I get it. But no,
they should go to someone that goes here, but they don't go here, so it's okay.
She is 1,000% right. I just felt bad. I was like, oh, damn. But they ended up dropping the titles to Pagano and Psycho Clown, which they definitely earned it. The kind of tricks and stunts they was doing, it was good. It was a good match, but as of right now, still the Latin American Championship match was my favorite. The part of the show that I didn't really care for was Conan's induction into the AAA Hall of Fame.
Who was translating?
I don't know, but they had that shit.
I was like, oh no. I said just put subtitles.
They translated everything.
Whoever was it was specifically for that. It was I don't know. It was just I hated it. I was like, just put subtitles on.
I low-key wish they would have just put subtitles up. Because they had the track playing under him talking. And
yes,
then
and it was very off-putting.
Yes, it's very distracting. I just muted it.
I turned it to fucking Spanish because I got so mad about it.
Oh shit. I will say this.
I didn't watch that part, but I heard it was absolutely horrible.
It was so dumb.
I feel like
don't nobody give a damn
him...
about Conan anyways.
No, but they should have gave him a certain amount of time to speak. It should have been under 5 minutes. I feel like 5 minutes is enough time.
He talked way too long.
Yeah, and I know he did a lot.
And it was literally a circle.
And he was very arrogant and repetitive, and he got mad. I don't know who, somebody in the crowd was talking or they was chanting or whatever, and he got mad and was like, "Hey, I'm trying to talk here," and I was like, "Damn."
I'm like, okay, princess.
I'm like, why didn't y'all do this at the beginning of the show? Y'all did
or
this
on the damn pre-show.
Yes, I'm like in the middle of the show, we was hyped. Everything was good up until then. And let me tell you something. The only match that sucked on this card was that women's match. And I hate to say that because they my peoples. But I hated that match.
Yeah.
I hated it. It wasn't good. There no shade to Fabi Apache, no shade to Flamer, and no shade to Bloodsport Natty. But y'all were horrible. I don't know if the chemistry wasn't good. Y'all had spots where it looked like none of y'all knew what y'all was supposed to be doing. People was missing cues.
Bloodsport.
It wasn't good.
I'm gonna call her that now, Bloodsport Natty, because I have a complaint about Natty after you finish your thought.
It wasn't good. I don't like it. So that was the worst match on the card, in my opinion. Ooh, Remy's training in the ring. If y'all don't know, Remy wrestles professionally. And he's amazing as a heel character. I love it. I try to watch it all the time. I think he still wrestles for Rocky Mountain Pro. Is that right?
He does.
I watch it. I have it on my YouTube, and I watch it during the day, and I be in here screaming. I love it so much.
Is one of my top indie wrestlers, and I'm not just saying that. Like, he is so good at everything, and I hate that.
I was like, ooh.
I need Remy D and Ashton Starr to be a tag team.
Ooh.
I would love that for them.
Nicole be cooking. She do. She do.
Telling you, these people need to hire me once I'm done with my school and this new actual 9-to-5 job. That's crazy. Never had a.
She's like, oh my God, I have time. I
know. I'm like, not like I get to sit down.
Right.
I have breaks.
Ow.
Oh, Remy done turned into a face again.
Oh, that's crazy. Why'd you do that?
Damn. I haven't watched Rocky Mountain Pro in a while. It's up on my YouTube, but you know, like YouTube only puts your subscriptions up, and then they start pushing stuff down. And I was like, am I still subscribed? I looked. Oh yeah.
I'm like 4 episodes on this channel that I usually watch because it doesn't like YouTube's algorithm is terrible.
Okay. Where was we at? We was at the Reina de Reina Championship triple threat match. I hated this match. That's that. We could have moved it to. I hated it. We're gonna move it to the Fatal 4-Way. Triple A Mega Championship Fatal 4-Way. El Hijo del Vikingo went up against Dragon Lee, Dominic Mysterio, and El Grande Americano. There was a lot going on in this match. To sum it up in like so many words, El Grande Americano's 2 goons, which are Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, they were dressed up as, you know, El Grande Americano 1 and 2. They came out there. Judgment Day came out there. Okay. And then you had AJ Styles come out there. And that is how Vikingo was able to retain the title. I'll tell you what, they booed the shit out of Dragon Lee and Vikingo. I don't know what the hell was going on.
I was trying.
What happened?
I want to know why Dominic is so over there.
They love Dominic.
He's over everywhere. I love
he's
Dom.
so hot.
They love Dominic.
Him to
win. Shut up.
Is this Don?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Is in the house.
They were happy for they were happy for Dom, and they were happy for El Grande Americano. But they did not want El Vikingo to retain that championship, and they did not want Dragon Lee's ass there. Matter of fact, they was very indifferent to Dragon Lee. Like, they didn't give him shit. I was like, damn, he could get a boo or something. Shit. He had some nice wings though. I did like his dragon wings. The shit he had, that shit was fire. I like
maybe they feel how we feel about Valkyria. Maybe they feel that for him.
But Dragon Lee ain't had the opportunity like Valkyria has. So how could they?
Just saying.
I don't know, like that.
Maybe they know him before. Maybe they knew him in another life.
Well, he was there at one point.
He was there. The reason they don't like Vikingo because he's basically like Roman Reigns, like big dog era to them right now.
Oh, there it is.
I was talking about Dragon Lee. But
yeah, so they're sick of him.
They
want him to go home.
Where did Dragon Lee come
and
from?
they all joined in. That's what they added him to this Fatal 4-Way. I don't know, but like I said, they didn't really react to Dragon Lee
before he got to NXT. Where they signed him from?
He came from AAA, if I recall. He was there.
Maybe they was tired of him too. Mm-hmm.
I guess, but
maybe that's that John Cena.
I don't know. I think no. I would equate Dr. Wagner Jr. to John Cena if I was being fair. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
I don't know, Sharon. It was a good show, though.
But either way, that
Shout
was
out to
all
that
the
black
matches for
man
the
that
card.
won.
Ugh. Gross.
That was funny. I said, y'all, why y'all let this man get y'all out like that?
Ugh.
Are y'all
So that
dumb?
was TripleMania. It was before we went on a tangent. But that was TripleMania. It was a good show. If you haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it. It is well worth the watch. Let's go into NXT because I didn't have a chance to go over it, so we're going to go over it very quickly. NXT was good. If you missed it, you missed out. The vignettes were simple. You saw Miles and Ricky interacting backstage after Ricky beat Jasper. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't like Jasper. I didn't watch LFG. I don't know who they had in the running with Jasper to win on the men's side, but whoever it was, they had to be better than Jasper. I think they liked Jasper because he was big and he was good in the ring, but they didn't take time to really develop him. And I hate that for Jasper because he's going in there having matches, but he just looks like a big, sorry-ass traumatic bully. And I'm just tired. I'm tired of it. He's only been there for a little while, and that's how he's behaving. The monster in our closet. He got beat by Ricky Saints. It was a hard fought battle for Ricky, but he beat Jasper, and they were at this venue where the ring was on the stage, and it was an odd setup.
I'm pretty sure they were at EC. They were in Philly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were in Philly. It was an odd
ECW
setup.
place. It always looks like that when they go there.
It was like they were in like a, you know how you see a Broadway theater and you'll look out and they have like the balconies but it wasn't in the middle of the floor. Like they had that ring on the stage, like the literal stage. Think like Rolling Loud when Bianca and them was performing at Rolling Out. That's what it looked like, just in a more prestigious building. And I was just like, this is nuts. I'm like, this is such an odd angle. It was so odd. But they came out there, they had their match. It was so unnerving to me. The first match of the night didn't go to... There was no ramp. There was no ramp. It was like you walk out.
I was watching and Jordan came out, she stopped. And then she walked. I was like, that's it, bitch. And then she walked to I said, oh, that's why that's it. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't nothing to do.
The ring is very tight.
And like, it looked nice, nowhere to go. It's just too small. I like the setup of it.
I think the guy's name was Shiloh, who was the runner-up. Oh, okay. Well, okay, so basically, first match of the night was with Josh and Inamura. I actually like that match a lot. I hate that Josh won, only because I feel like he's not going to do nothing with it. It's not going to be worth the time to put into Josh. They tried it twice, and it didn't work. He need to stay in the tag team division or something. Go get Jensen back, because he over in Evolve ain't doing shit. Go get him and rekindle y'all tag team or something. But he beat Inamura. Inamura did really good in this match with Josh Briggs. It was a street fight. Wasn't much street to it. It was a little, tables, ladders, and chairs-y, which I wish they would have said that. But whatever. They did okay. It was a good fight. Inamura ended up suffering a loss with that one. We move into... I'm gonna be all over the place with this, so if I miss something, pardon me. What I can remember, Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe had their moment. Now, Ava told Blake she had to go out there. She didn't want to go out there, but she came out there with the security. Blake basically reiterated to Jordan, like, we know you insecure. We know your ass don't want to do nothing but put hands on me, but if you touch me, our little match at Heatwave is going to be off and you'll never be able to get your revenge. And Jordan was like, it's not about revenge. It never was about revenge. It's about proving you wrong. She said the problem is I was at Evolution. I was on the card. I was wrestling. I was in the ring. Your ass was standing on the sidelines. And that's what you're mad about. You jealous. And I was like, oh, well.
You know, I love Blake, but I was like, oh, she got you there,
She got
sis.
you there.
I said, she low-key told you.
I mean, she ate. You know what I'm saying? Because that's true. So they gonna have a match. The girls is gonna be fighting at Heat Wave, and I don't know who gonna go over, but it's more than likely gonna be Blake if I'm looking at it correctly. She just might cheat to go over, which wouldn't be too far removed. So whatever, I ain't mad at it. Any whoosies, like I said, you had Ricky Saints facing off against Jasper. It was a hard fought battle. He ended up winning. Ricky did. Ricky then runs into Miles. Miles is backstage and he's telling Ricky about it was a hard fought battle, but you won. I'm happy for you, dude. And Ricky's like, well, what's your? He said, well, okay, Jasper's a lot, but him and Josh Briggs had a little moment, so they mentioned that, and then Lexis King shows up, and this is where shit. I don't know what's going on with Lexis King, but he seems to be fixated on Miles Bourne and his disability. I don't understand it.
There's still.
He think he's pretending.
This man said, he said, I'm not here to talk. I believe you when you say that you're deaf, but it must be crazy to be deaf and blind. And Miles was like, Lexus, I'm not blind. This motherfucker sprayed him in the face. It said you're blind now. And I said, yo.
I think.
I said, what are you doing? He walked up to him and he said, it must be hard to be blind and deaf. And Miles said, Lexus, I'm not blind. And this motherfucker pulled out the damn pepper spray and sprayed the shit out of Miles.
That's out there. That's funny.
It said, you blind now. And I said, sir.
That's so out of pocket. That's crazy thing to do.
That is assault. Miles is on the floor, punching the air.
And I'm like, somebody call the police.
Everybody got there. Nobody thought to bring a bottle of water, a towel. I'm like, what is going on? Poor Miles, he didn't deserve that shit. Now, listen. They had this USA and Canada peace talks between Paige and Chelsea. And Heights. What you say, Alexis?
That's insane. The U.S.
He pepper sprayed
NXT. I don't know. Just the way you said it kind of made me go, Jesus fucking Christ.
They had them out there. I'm telling you what, though. I tell you what. I give Ethan Page and Chelsea a lot of shit. But they ate the U.S. up. Because I was sitting here like, bitch, they ain't lying. They're not lying. We are rude. We are. Shit.
Yeah, that's us.
We definitely are. Like, everything they said was facts. I was like, well, you're going to have to come harder than your motherfucking Olympic gold medal, bitch. I don't know what to tell you. Because don't nobody give a fuck about that but you. Unless it's the Olympics. Because I'm like, Tyra girl. The one thing about Tyra I don't like is that her mouth is big and wide and she don't say nothing. She don't really have nothing to say. She always talking and there's not really much coming out. Tavion held his own. I'll give Tavion that. Tavion came correct. I ain't had no issues with Tavion. But she irritated me. I was just like...
Is her character just being an Olympic gold medalist?
If it was, like, pattern yourself after the first one. Pattern yourself after Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was charismatic Kurt Angle is funny. Kurt Angle had amazing comedic timing. He knew how to be a villain when it was time to be a villain. He knew how to be a campy heel, the kind that was funny and quirky and stupid, but still had the athletic prowess to do what needed to be done. Tyra don't have the skill. And the problem I'm having with these LFG recruits, because she and Jasper were the winners, is that I think they focus more on in-ring capability and they didn't focus on the whole package. And that's
Of
a
actually
problem.
having character.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going in there and you want people like Trick Williams, because Trick Williams is the whole package. Obafemi is the whole package. Javon Evans is the whole package. You want me to believe that Jasper is a threat to Obafemi. Don't get me wrong. Physically, yeah, he's taking Oba to the limit. But he's not going to be able to carry that brand. If he was to gain that title, we would lose interest in that belt. Nobody would give a fuck about that title.
Yeah, but Trick and Oba also had to play their dues. Like, look at the work Trick had to do just to, be seen more than just Carmelo Hayes' little sidekick.
To be fair, Trick needed to pay his dues because he sucked when he first got there. Mm-hmm. He sucked. Trick Williams was the kind of character, kind of wrestler. Yes, Obafemi had it. He understood his position. He knew what he had to do. Trick Williams had to figure out how he could fit his wrestling style with his character, because his wrestling was terrible. He got exposed bad when he went up against Wesley. Okay? Character-wise, Trick Williams was set. He didn't need to fix nothing. Did he have to step out of Carmelo's shadow? Yeah, but it was easy because Trick Williams has personality. So that wasn't hard for him to do. When you're looking at Jasper, the only thing I know is that motherfucker keep coming to the ring with chains. And I'm like, bitch, is you a part of the Four Horsemen? What is happening? What you got these chains for?
You need to let them chains go.
What are the chains for? Like, he just be breaking it. Just all you hear is these chains everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What is this? It really don't matter. I just need them to get it together. That's the best way to explain it. Now, they had a 6-woman tag. Ash by Elegance and her Elegance brand went up against Fallon and them. They had what's her face as the special guest referee Masha Slamovich. Masha counted and called the match down the middle. She didn't cheat for Ash by Elegance, and she didn't cheat for JC and them. She called the match down the middle. When the match was over, JC Jane and Fallon and them were the winners. Okay, I'm hoping that this means that JC gonna drop that title on Sunday. I really do.
I don't think she is, because Trick's still holding that title.
I think she should. It's you're doing too much. Please. Now, to finish up the situation with Chelsea, Tyra, Tavion, and Ethan, it led to a breakdown of the peace talks. They got to a fight. They both put Ethan and Chelsea in the ankle lock. This led to a match. They're going to have a match at NXT Heat Wave. It's going to be US versus Canada. You have Chelsea Green and Ethan versus Tavion and Tyra. And then finally we had the match with Trick Williams and Javon Evans. They fought for a really long time. But they had their match. It was really good. Javon Evans took a lot of a beating. He took a big bump off that top rope onto the announcer's table. That shit was gnarly. I was like, yo, is he dead? Like, he just bounced on the table, barely cleared the table, okay? It was nasty. But Javon Evans was ultimately able to pick up the win, and the last shot we got, or we didn't get, because CW cut you off in the middle of the match. They don't give a goddamn, okay? If it hit 10 o'clock, The show over, bitch. They
No,
don't
that's
want to
why.
hear it.
Because I had saw the clip WWE posted. I said, did I miss that?
We ain't getting none of
Did I
this.
blink?
Right.
I said, I know. Because I
Like
literally did
Oba
not
came
fall asleep
there.
during this show. I was like, what happened?
Baby, they cut it off. They don't play that
I
shit.
think I didn't pass
They
out and
cut
missed
you
something.
off. So Oba Femi, of course, and Javon Evans had their stare down, and it is going to be Oba versus Javon Evans at NXT Heatwave this Sunday. NXT Heatwave is Sunday, y'all. It is Sunday, okay? Now, let's get into the wrestling news. First things first. WWE has announced that WrestlePalooza is going to be in Indianapolis. This was oddly like Full Gear, and I don't like the logo. I'm not a fan of this.
Have they the official logo? Because what I've seen, it's just been like fan mock-ups and stuff.
This is the official logo.
What the hell is WrestlePalooza?
This. Now Nicole said it's an old
Sound like a
ECW
festival.
PLE. Nicole
It was a
said
what?
she told.
Yeah,
I
it's the
remember in
old
our
ECW
there she go.
property name. Like very like I don't even I think they maybe did one or two. Hold on, let me look
I
it
think
up.
they did 3
I
of
wish they would have. I wish
It's
they would have
not.
picked.
It's like a very like. It's I. That's why I thought it was weird because I was like, out of all the titles, that's like them. That's like AEW doing like Great American Bash, not Great American Bash. What's a fucking? What's another weird one that they had that was
What's
like
that? That beach
that?
one?
Bash
Stomping
Great
Grounds.
No,
Balls
I'm
of
talking about
Fire.
one that there's only like two of those pay-per-views.
Bash at the Beach.
Oh, where's
No,
no
they've had quite a few Bash at the Beaches.
Right.
like rare?
Stomping
And I
Grounds.
want to say it's like it's a 2000s one, and John Cena was like, what's it like Capital Punishment?
Capital
Oh yeah, I
Punishment.
Yes,
remember that.
that's like
Bragging rights.
yeah,
Bragging
it makes no
rights.
sense. It's like
Yeah.
there's only two, like Alexa said, there was only like two or three WrestlePaloozas, so I didn't understand why out of all the ones that they're gonna pull. I really
Like you.
wish they would do, and I don't know. I don't know if they would probably want to promote this. I really wish they would do Valentine's Day Massacre.
Oh, I
Or
love that. Or they could have went back to Unforgiven or No Mercy or anything.
I
But then
want No
No,
Mercy
no
back
mercy.
so
No,
bad.
no, no mercy.
No
No,
Mercy was
no
so much
mercy.
fun. Or they could have did
I thought
Cyber
I thought
Monday.
NXT had that pay-per-view.
Cyber Sunday would have been
Oh, that is
cool.
right. NXT does do No Mercy. They haven't done it
NXT
in a
does No
while
Mercy?
though. Yeah, they haven't
Yeah.
had one in a while though.
They could have had Unforgiven. They could have did they got Judgment Day. They don't use Judgment Day anymore.
I think
That was
they
a good
probably won't use
pay-per-view.
it because of the faction. It might be too much. No, they did do a Judgment Day.
They did it. It was, I
oh, they
think, I
did
want to say
Payback.
year before last or last year. It was
No, it
sometime
was Payback. They
recent.
called it Payback. And we kept saying that they should have called it Judgment Day, but it was called Payback.
Oh,
Because weren't they the headline of the pay-per-view?
Yeah, but it was still called Payback then. And we were, Nicole especially was so mad because she said they missed out on an awesome marketing opportunity and they didn't do it. And she was pissed. She went off.
It should
She was
have
like,
been.
yeah,
why did
because
they
it's so
do this?
weird. They are so weird.
He said, not Don singing Alexa cheer. Well,
Somebody know.
I mean,
Good job.
so WrestlePalooza is going to be in Indianapolis. It's going to be on Saturday, September 20th. The big issue here is that this is going to be the beginning of the new PLE schedule on ESPN. They have moved up where the PLEs will now debut. So everything from here on out is going to be on ESPN. Now, there's a caveat to this. Because
I thought at least get to see War Games one more time.
WWE is not putting everything on one streaming service as we can see. It looks like going around in the future, WWE's product is going to be split up between at least 3. Peacock is still going to have WWE content. They have decided, according to the articles and all of the stuff I found when I was doing the research for this, they decided that WWE has fulfilled their contractual obligations with all of the PLEs that they put on this year. With Mania being a double PLE and SummerSlam being a double PLE, this allowed WWE to move from Peacock to ESPN early. Now, a lot of people was like, well, they told us it wasn't happening in 2026. Yes. I had a feeling that it was happening earlier, seeing as how they launched a network for ESPN this month. They launched it this month. I kind of figured that at some point, 1 or 2 of these PLEs would pop up on ESPN. And I think this is going to be their gauge to see how many people are going to sign up for the network who don't already have it, to see what it's going to look like and how it can run. Now, this is going to be their test. If they don't have a good run for housing us on this network and making sure people can watch this without it buffering and looking stupid, they're going to have hell to pay, because WWE fans are not like NBA fans or NFL fans. We're worse. We'll talk about your mama, your daddy with his fucked up leg, your disabled brother. They will go at everybody. Okay? They don't give a fuck about none of that. You'll be a MAGA guzzling cumbag of dicks. They don't give a fuck. They will tear your ass up. Okay? So you better have your shit together. It's all I can tell you. Because Netflix almost got their asses rocked. Because we were sitting up waiting. Motherfuckers was chomping at the bit. Like, this shit ain't gonna work. We just watched this goddamn Tyson fight and it was terrible. But they learned their lesson. Sorry, baby. They learned their lesson and they got it together. So we shall see what ESPN gonna do. But from here on out, with WrestlePalooza, everything is gonna be on ESPN. Now, I don't know what they're gonna do when it comes to NXT stuff, but my assumption is everything will follow suit, but I'm not sure. Now, what I did hear is that TNA might be moving over to the Peacock platform. And they also have said, or at least it's rumored, until they clarify, that if you want to watch Saturday Night Main Event, especially John Cena's last match, it will no longer air on NBC. It will exclusively air on the Peacock network.
I got a bundle deal.
It's about to be a rough.
Shit.
Yeah. So they gotta get sold. Now we talking about cost. If you get the lowest package with Peacock, it's like $7.99 plus tax. It puts you at about $9 a month. This means that you're definitely going to get commercials, which I don't really give a fuck about commercials. If I'm watching TV, it doesn't matter.
It's the poverty of it all for me.
Not the poverty.
That is poverty.
Oh my God.
Commercials are just the bane of my existence. I'm too impatient.
Will you shut up?
Jesus.
Shut your ass up. Now, if you are going to watch the pay-per-views on ESPN, baby, that's going to run you about $30 a month. If you buy the app on its own, it's going to be upwards. It should be, it's $29.99 base value. So with tax and everything, a lot for like $33, maybe.
It won't make a difference. I pay too much in subscriptions anyway.
Some of y'all are somebody, right? I pay $16. Me and AJ, between two of us, we pay about $18 for Apple Music, which is why I don't use Spotify or Premium.
Almost $22.
Yeah, then I'm paying
network is like
$123.
$40.
Nigga.
I saw
I
that shit.
paid
I said, damn.
$123 for Hulu. I paid $123 for Hulu, ESPN, and Disney in one bundle. So I keep that, and yeah, because I
For a
watch
month?
Hulu
Yeah,
live.
ESPN
Yes,
is
sir.
through Disney. I gotta tell my sister to upgrade that
ESPN.
shit.
Yep.
Now you work there.
And
Get
then
on your shit.
everything is going to the Disney platform. What is it, next year, AJ? Everything going to Disney next year? So you'll no longer have access to the Hulu app. You have to go through the Disney app. So
Well, I get my Hulu through Spotify, so how's that gonna work out?
Not
you're gonna
anymore.
have to upgrade it if you want to have well, yeah. If you want to still have access, you need to go and look in your email, because they should have sent you an email to tell you things are changing. You need to go on your account and double check, because I went to go double check to make sure my shit didn't go up. And mine is still at the price that it was when I set it up. It hasn't gone up, but it went up when I initially got it. I was paying $110 when we first got the package, and it's only gone up about $13. So, and I've had my Hulu Live and ESPN and Disney for a while. So, what's happening is Hulu is going to be absorbed into Disney Plus, and I think you'll be able to access ESPN through Disney Plus as well. I'm not
Yeah, as long as you
1000%.
have that bundle, you can access it. So it's like
Yeah,
that. And
it'll be like a little.
that's why people really need to like read before they start freaking out. Because after I saw a good chunk of the people are freaking out, they were like, oh, I have ESPN.
That's what they
Once they
thought,
like looked into it.
because a lot of people have Hulu and they don't. Especially if you got Hulu Live, the better package is to get everything and just
And
bundle
I
it
know a
all
lot of
together.
people got that fucking bundle because again, that was cheaper.
Yep.
Because it was cheap. So, and as I was like, people was freaking out. I'm like, I know damn well you got that bundle. Like, you have it. And then, like, a little bit later, like, oh, I have the bundle. I have ESPN now. No, you've always had it. You need to
Yep.
read
And
before you freaking out. That's why I can't stand a lot of these dirt sheets.
I
Because
agree.
they really, like, help, well, they perpetuate a lot of dumb shit within the community in general, just for clicks. And then,
Or some of the content creators too, the way they was
yeah.
breaking it down, they made it seem like everybody was gonna be paying astronomical
Yes.
prices. But that's only
And
if
there
you're
was
paying for
one,
stuff
and he's like
separate.
a pretty big one. I can't remember his name. I thought I felt like I followed him, but I don't remember if he did. I did, but I didn't even really like him that much, anyways.
I think
But
I do
he
follow
was
him
in
too.
there, and it's like weird. I also kind of like started looking at him sideways because when certain sometimes with creators they stop making like not completely stop making, but they're like, oh, I'm stopping making this type of content, like, and then just so people can ask them why.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, like, I just, some noob. Like, this is what this person was doing with wrestling, essentially. But then literally was, like, going on. And then someone really, like, clocked their shit on why. And they're like, well, that's because they're getting a shit ton of AdSense from, like, them talking about movies or something. I was like, don't let them act like it is something different than what it is. And he was like one of them, like spreading all this stuff, and I'm like, you guys, I was like, none of you people actually, I was like, so many of you people didn't actually literally read anything.
I had to go on when I went on live after this went live. I was talking, and Marksman Mike's asked me. He was like, "So, like, if I already had a bundle, do I have to pay extra?" I'm like, "No, it's already included in your cost because you already have it." Now, I'm like, they're not going up on anything yet. I'm like, it's streaming, so expect it to go up at some point, but right now it's not going up. Our Netflix went up when we signed with NXT, when WWE got the deal. Netflix went up, and I have the premium package for Netflix. I pay like what do I pay? $27 altogether with tax and everything. There was a time where Netflix was like $17 a month. This is before they got the tiers and they started locking all the passwords down because y'all kept sharing everything with everybody. Netflix is almost $30, and everybody's fine with that because they feel like they watch Netflix more than they watch everything else. And I'm like, Well, and if you want to keep your money down, they have packages available that can fit in your budget. You don't have to get Hulu Live and pay what I pay. You can get a smaller package for Hulu and everything combined and still pay less than you paying for ESPN, Peacock, and all these other places. All together, I still pay less than $250 for my streaming services. Whereas if I had actual cable, I would be paying almost $400 a month for cable.
Or satellite. DirecTV was so expensive.
It was expensive. And that was the time
DirecTV was like $200-$300 a month.
Right. There was no streaming, and we had to pay for pay-per-views by the view.
And then they would be $100.
They were $100. So you still getting away. You're still getting away with it. I mean, I don't know no other way to tell you other than if you don't want to pay for it, then you're gonna have to go by nefarious means. I'm not telling you to do nothing because I don't want nobody coming at me. I'm just saying that's what y'all gonna have to do.
And that's what I told people. I was like, it is low. I was like, and at the end of the day, it's really also not that deep. It's like, watch it or I said either you're gonna watch it or you're not gonna watch it, whatever. I said, but you're sitting here. I said, but a lot of you are sitting here fucking crying, like losing your minds. Like there isn't worse things in the world to be worried about, but yet you're gonna be watching it and you're gonna buy it. So that's another reason why I really didn't want to hear it either.
The streamers stream it on TikTok. You can watch it on TikTok.
You know how what pay-per-view, whatever last AEW pay-per-view was airing while I still worked at my previous job, I literally was watching on TikTok at work.
Telling you. You can watch it on TikTok. There's a bunch of streamers that stream it. You can watch it on TikTok. You can watch Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, all that shit. You can watch it all on TikTok.
Yeah, because I found a guy before I really had when I was on USA and everything, and he aired NXT, SmackDown, and Raw every day.
There it is. Now, more wrestling news. Rumor has it that Chris Jericho's contract is almost up at AEW. Moxley's contract is almost up at AEW as well. And a lot of people are speculating that they're going back to the E.
Oh my God, who is sleeping?
Don is. He'll wake back up. Usually do. The dirt sheets have basically said that it's not true that Jericho is headed back to WWE. They don't have any, clarification on what's going on with Jericho. All they know is his contract is almost up. As far as Moxley, they haven't said anything on Moxley yet. I don't think Moxley's going back, and right now, I don't think Jericho's going back either.
I think Jericho would try to go back.
Do I think he would try? Yeah, but I just don't think he's going back.
But I don't think they would have him show up.
So, I mean, those are the rumors. That was to kill that. That was the rumor to kill that. What was the other one? We got one more that I put in the group chat. And then we can move on. Hold on. I have to mute Don because he snores sometimes. Too. Ooh, okay. Sir, they were talking about Saturday night's main event, and it's going to be on Peacock. And all of the shows will now be a part of a new multi-year deal with Peacock. All of the phone is acting ignorant today. All of the streaming rights for Saturday Night Main Event are going to be exclusive to Peacock. So you will only be able to watch Saturday Night Main Event through Peacock, which means you would have to keep your Peacock subscription if you want to watch it. They have decided to sell themselves everywhere. They are whores.
I
Okay?
mean, get your money how you can now.
Whatever makes you happy. I'm not going to pay for something I don't really care for. So if it's not worthwhile, unless TNA goes to that platform, I won't be watching it.
Which that would be really good for them. I do hope so.
I agree. But we don't know. Other than that, my dears, is everything I believe. I don't think I had anything else that I wanted to talk about. We talked about NXT. We talked about all that stuff. So I'm getting ready to get out of here. I'm gonna do SBC chat really quickly. So Nicole, I know you're not a fan. I know. So if you don't want to watch it, I totally get it. You can go ahead and check out because we're gonna be done. I'll do outro and everything for the podcast later when I edit, because I have to edit this one down. All right. Don, wake your ass up. Shit.
Damn.
Sleep. Shit.
Yes.
Get your ass up. There you go. I told you.
You sound so mad.
Get your ass up, nigga.
I'm already sitting.
We are doing SBC chat. Y'all know Nicole is a one and done for SBC chat, so let's hope they ain't too bad, because she'll bounce out as soon as the shit get real hairy. Hold on. All right, for those of you who are sticking around, I appreciate you. I love you. And we're going to close this one out. This was a long show. This one actually was really good. But we're going to get into it. So, question number 1. I thought I had a good relationship, but I'm realizing it was all built on a foundation of lies. I had a baby with my ex during our relationship, but she forgave me. Wait a minute. Okay, so you had a baby with your ex-girlfriend in a relationship with your current girlfriend. Okay, I had to clarify. Now she's lying. It started small, I had noticed a charge on our account she couldn't explain. Or she'd tell me she was working late, but her office said she was fired weeks ago. Ooh. Her unlocked phone told me everything. She has a secret lover. I must add, my beautiful black woman is cheating on me with a white girl from her old job. Oh, shit.
Jesus.
I read the text from the coworker talking about nibbling on your juicy lips. Juicy lips. Oh, God. Or sampling your chocolate in the middle of the day. The absolute rage, shame I feel. My soon-to-be ex joined. Oh, that's it. That's all. Thank y'all so much for listening to the podcast. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And on behalf of Janae, Alexis, and Nicole, we'd like to thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to come back next week where we'll be discussing NXT Heatwave's results and how, the show progressed and who won and who lost, if we have new champions or not, and what we thought about it. And we're going to be talking about Clash in Paris, and we're going to do our match predictions like we do every week. And don't forget, Midwest Melanin Mafia is coming next month, so be prepared for that. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.